everybody, and welcome back. I am your dungeon master, DM Disaster, and we're back with Aes'Taldon. So, Ryan, can you please give us a recap?
I'm sure gonna try. Okay. All right. So last session, we were still in Barovia and decided to abandon it. With Wilhelm and the ladies back over in Eastheldon and no real obligations to stick around and help anybody. Uh, and also ignoring whatever we were agreeing with or talking about with Casimir, and not even bothering to tell him about what we learned about Tatiana. Uh, wasn't all that difficult of a decision for us to leave for the most of us. Preston wanted to stay back and talk to Strahd and was probably going to be heading off to somewhere else and not Aes'Taldon. We stuck around a little bit with him and happened to spot Thend clutching onto the neck of a skeletal horse speeding up to us, somehow joining us all the way from Kresik. We finally left Barovia in one of the carriages provided, and not without Preston, but gained Thend and the bard Eros, and then so exiting that wonderfully dismal plain, we returned to a not so wonderfully dismal place somewhere in Aes'Taldon. Discovered Kartag and Wilhelm ahead of us, and we learned that we've missed 2 years in Aes'Taldon during our one little week in Barovia. Not such a short vacation. Wilhelm's been here for 2 weeks or so, even though he left hours before us. And that we appeared in Wilhelm's hometown of Tiris Vale. So we get caught up on all of the lovely things that have happened in our air quotes home world. Lifa took over Penmel, Elatime, and other areas of the west side of the continent. The Church of Irons is taking over parts of the east. A lot of death, destruction, general loss, and such. Leaf is bringing up undead armies. And somewhere about that after that point, Isa wizard punches Wilhelm. Let's see. We headed into Wilhelm's family house, which looked just as devastated as everything else around. And Isa finds love in there. Kartag realized at some point that his money was left all this time back in Harley's house. That Wilhelm's got a little bit of sway with some of the families that are still around. Maybe be able to provide some kind of aid or access and such, depending on what we're trying to do to fight against the wonderful Church and Lifa. Kartag and Arthos weren't sure about who was going to. Well, they couldn't agree about who was going to kill Ars Malar. Noman was still in bird form, or were-raven form, and dropped that to reveal his full true form that Kartag hadn't seen before, much to his disgust. And everybody else's, I know. Let's see. Night eventually falls on the town, and people start to flock to the church. There was some creepiness going on outside, kind of emanating. I believe it was a green green aura type deal. And some people got drawn to that from our group, and others of us were eventually agreeing to check and see what's going on. Once inside, we find people kind of chanting and such, and we see another Arthos. We find out that it's his former roommate, Vinces, and who's with the Church of Irons. He's with Winna beside, that Winna is beside him. And Arthos and Vinces go talk outside after a bit of an exchange inside. And Isa goes up to Winna, and we find out that she is, I forget her name, Genevieve? Is that what it is? Yes. I think that's what it is, yeah. A former fling of sorts of Isa's. And
don't talk about my sneaky link like that.
So there's some interesting conversation going on there. Interesting conversation outside. Eros restores. She restored Isa when he restored Isa when we came in, and then eventually at the very end, restored Fend, because realizing that he was there too. And we left off as Arthos and Vinces were just walking back in, and I believe they were heading back up towards the altar.
Yes. Good job. 2 luck points, please.
Mm-hmm. Hey! I'ma need them.
All right, so you all watch as Vinces makes his way back up to the altar. Winna is still kind of thumbing through the pages, trying to ignore Isa. So what are you all doing?
I don't think Arthos has anything else to do in this place, because they did say next time they would meet. I think Arthos is actually just going to leave the church and head back to the town. He's going to go in search of Wilhelm.
I think Isa is, with the conversation that he had with her, and I guess her finality in the conversation, he's just gonna like slowly back up before turning to walk away.
And I'm gonna linger a moment or two before following Isa out, making sure there's nothing untoward.
And I'll basically do the same.
Now that you're awake and conscious. And not chanting.
And not chanting, that's the most important part.
Where's Fend?
But my chanting.
One of us. One of us. No.
Come, Kartek.
Yeah, Arthos is going to give a nod to Eros and then walk out the church.
Eros follows.
I would do a Kartag impersonation, but, I would, totally fuck it up.
I still really want to fuck him up.
That's
really
fair.
You want to fuck him up?
Hey, Arthos, do you mind if I actually kill him next time we come back here?
No, it would be more like, no, that's not true. I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to take his head. You guys can do what the fuck you want to do.
Oh my god, that sounds so much like you.
Oh.
I swear it's gonna take a lot more than some whimsical woman healing his wounds after I chuck a fucking javelin through his chest.
For our viewers, this is no insult to the British people.
This is 100% just ragging on Sash.
I think I did a good job. I don't know about y'all.
I only have Noman energy right now.
So all of you make your way back out. You can see that the streetlights are still okay. You can see that the streetlights are still very faintly glowing. But everything else outside is quiet. And then you guys hear shouting.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
now what?
It's very faint. Almost like an echo, like it's coming from far away. And as you're all standing outside of the church, you can see it start to the fog thickens a little bit more. All of you can smell wood burning. You can hear flames. You don't see any though. You can still hear screaming. You can hear the clanging of metal on metal. You hear the hooves of the horses as they kind of race past you. And through the fog, you can kind of see very ghostly images of people running around. You can see it's not defined, but it's very easy to tell that there's somebody riding on a horse and they're slashing at anybody who's running past them. You can see the shadows of people running through and lighting the houses on fire.
Does this feel similar to the Amber Temple vision?
Yes.
Well, we were warned that this place is cursed.
Cursed to be watched. Cursed to watch what played out long ago. And whatever is going on inside.
So, it is merely a vision?
Assumably.
Based on what Wilhelm has told us, that's my best guess.
I kind of don't want to be here anymore.
Hmm.
If it's cursed like it is, maybe we should get out of Dodge.
Only so many more places that are safer.
And from the home, Wilhelm's home, you hear screaming. And you see Love running out in a panic. There's something wrong with him. There's something wrong. Help!
I just immediately going to run towards her. What's wrong? Wrong with who? What happened?
Wilhelm, he walked over to the piano and he touched it. I don't know what's going on. He fell to the floor. He's screaming.
Okay, just stay here, and he'll eyes will rush in.
Shouldn't have
Yeah,
played that
Arthur's
note.
following.
Following.
Mm-hmm.
Stop touching the goddamn piano. What you fucking don't learn shit from horror movies. I swear to God.
You done messed up, Wilhelm.
Well, I hate you so much. You disgust me.
So you see Wilhelm in the sitting room. He's on his knees, hands on his ears, and he's screaming. This blood curdling scream. You guys have never heard this come from him before.
Isa's going to kind of brush off to his side. Um, hmm. She said that it was after he touched the piano.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on the piano.
You cast Detect Magic, and you don't sense anything on it.
Hmm.
Uh, this might be uncomfortable. Nominal cast detect thoughts to see what's going on in there.
You brave soul.
Oh shit! I forgot I had that spell.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
I forgot. You know what? I'll just let Noman handle that. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
It's my speciality.
Being nosy.
Yeah, so you're diving just surface thoughts?
Quick peek, see if I need to see what else is going on.
Um, you can hear not them, not them, please. Please not them.
Hmm. That is going to. That's going to need more explanation. Then he'll go in.
As you go in, very similar to the other times, you feel like you're pushing past something. He's gonna automatically fail because he's in hysteria right now.
It's fair.
As in every other time you've done it, the sensations you feel are different. Every time you go, every time you dive into somebody's head, depending on the situation, it always changes of how that deep dive works. And this time it feels like you're walking through smoke. You can taste it, you can smell it. It's so thick you can almost feel it. And you can see the house that you're in. You can feel the heat around you, and looking around quickly, you can see that there's fire everywhere. You see the windows being smashed open, the fire getting larger. You see people running. You see young children, young women, little boys, little girls. They're running back and forth. Everybody kind of panicking. You hear, "Where's Astoria? Astoria?" You could see an older man. He looks very much like Wilhelm. He's running through. You hear this crashing sound. And you hear him kind of groaning. And you see that he's trying to lift up a wooden beam that had fallen on a young woman. And she's, for lack of a better word, you can tell she's unconscious or dead.
Hmm.
Looking through Wilhelm's eyes, you can see him grabbing at the beam itself, trying to lift it. But it doesn't budge. You see the father turn to look over at you. You need to get out of here. They're here for you. And then you can hear more shouting in the background. But this time, it's not a fear of a fire. It's not fear of trying to get away. It's a fear of, I've been caught. And very quickly turning your head, you can see two young children being dragged out by men in white. You can see the sigil on them. It's the Church of Iron. And from where you're standing, looking out the front door, you can see them killing the children. At that point, you're consumed with this rage, and you rush forward. You pull out your sword, and you are fighting anybody that you can see. Innocent or not, you are cutting them down. And then you feel a blade kind of piercing through your chest into your heart. And that's when you come back to yourself.
Well,
He's reliving the end. His family's end. Has his like screaming or state changed at all?
He's curled into himself now.
Ooh. Oh, never mind. If only I could cast Modify Memory at 9th level. Fuck.
Yeah, if only. And
I can't do anything because I used all my spells. Terrible.
I
All I
don't
got,
think that there's much that we can do.
I only have two options. Either I remove curse, which this probably isn't a curse, or I can Gios and tell him to calm down.
That might be a bit extreme.
I mean, the thing I'm worried about most is the fact that if he's unable to listen to it, he just keeps like
Taking
suffering.
damage.
Yeah.
Perhaps
the
we'll
most I
keep
could do is
that.
remove a curse, but like was stated, I don't think it's a curse.
Perhaps we'll keep that as a last resort.
For now, let's at least get him off the ground.
Yeah, Arthas will pick him up.
So the piano did not cause this?
Hmm.
I doubt it. I tried to detect any magic on it, and there was none.
If anything, it might have just helped trigger, along with what all else is going on around us. we've never seen Wilhelm focus on bringing keys or collecting keys, right?
You've seen him breaking pianos and taking the keys out.
Okay, but no context,
Yeah, no context.
or at least Noman hasn't. Okay. No thoughts otherwise here. Is it a full set in this one?
The piano has no keys.
Oh, okay. Interesting. We should probably rest, even, or at least take some time to process what we've been through. Figure out where to go next.
Yeah, I think a rest would do us good.
Arthas?
Hmm?
You said you were trying to help Wilhelm?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you all really thinking of sleeping here?
Would you
That
rather
seems-
sleep on the road? Cool.
I'd rather just not sleep in this town. I'm so sorry. Okay,
What?
that's okay.
What?
The
Oh my-
last one doesn't hit.
Nope. Wow,
Wait,
that
are
one
they-
wouldn't even
are they
hit
all-
home.
Are they all at disadvantage because he's within 5 feet?
No, that. Yeah, is that a disadvantage because he's within 5 feet?
The first one's still a 27.
I mean, yeah, first was still
It
27,
doesn't
but
have a minimum range. It's just a range of 120 feet.
no, casting a spell within 5 feet of someone gives you disadvantage if it's a ranged attack.
Oh,
Mhm,
then-
mhm.
Yeah, just like using a bow.
so
Yeah,
that's
just
gonna
like
be
using a bow.
30. So then let's do another one for that 16.
This actually might be worse for him. I just realized that.
Jesus
That's a-
Christ.
4.
That's a 27, a 16.
First one hits.
And
Yeah, first one
Second
hits,
one
second one doesn't.
misses.
that's gonna miss, definitely.
Hey!
That was gonna miss.
You just
Yeah, this one's gonna miss.
you just catch a quick
Wow.
blast in the face.
That would miss.
Yeah,
That would miss Noman.
Oh.
Damn.
Don't worry, it wouldn't miss me.
Oh,
Aw, rip.
bless your heart. You're in the wrong place.
I'm playing a bard.
And then,
Um,
and then
yeah,
Swan
Arthur
goes,
just
I'm
takes that
playing
blast, like-
sorcerer.
and then Swanee goes, odd enough that you say that.
Next.
So
Who said
Yeah.
these were all?
Arthur just takes that blast to the chest and just doesn't even stop.
he struggles against you and kind of pulls away. Don't touch me. You see him kind of straighten himself up and smooth out his clothes. Pushes his fingers through his hair.
Ah, you seem to be back.
We're not to speak of this.
Of what?
Isaac specifically makes a mental note of it.
The rooms are
Arthur's just
not in good condition, but you are welcome to stay in there regardless. Or you can all sleep down here. I don't care. And he is kind of like, you see him just stiffen his spine and walk off.
Wilhelm, when you're feeling up to it, I'd like to have a word with you, please.
We can speak tomorrow. Unless it's urgent.
Nope, get some rest.
And you see him disappear. He does not make his way upstairs to the bedrooms.
Come on, love. Let's go upstairs.
She nods and starts to walk with you, and then looks over at you, Isa, and just, have you seen Lux?
Yeah.
Is she not here? I was led to believe that Wilhelm, where's your sister?
Wilhelm's already gone.
Oh, okay. Has anyone seen Lux?
Have we seen her at all since we walked into this house?
Yes.
Only earlier.
Lux, go ahead upstairs. Or Love, go ahead upstairs. I'll find Love.
She nods, heads upstairs.
Since we're staying here, I'm gonna go find a room. And then heads upstairs.
Arthur just looks over to Isa. Do you need any help?
I don't think so. I may, but let's try something first. And he will cast Sending to Lux. Basically asking, where are you? We are lying down for the night. Love was asking about you.
You hear, almost immediately, in a tone that's very soft-spoken, mature.
Hmm.
I decided to go for a walk. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Is Wilhelm okay? And she leaves it at that. You can hear that the is Wilhelm okay? It's not really a question that needs to be answered. It's just more of a rhetorical, she's just concerned about her brother
Right.
kind of question.
I'm gonna refrain from being Captain Save-A-Ho for a day. I'm gonna leave her with it. It's fine.
I'm proud of you.
She'll be fine. And if she ain't, it is what it is.
I mean, if you tried to run up to save her, she'd probably punch you.
I don't know. Isa been kind of quick with the hands lately.
Teeny tiny hut. Well, if there's no issue there, then we best find some rest.
Did
think you picked
Arthos
up-
already go upstairs?
Yeah, if you said that you didn't need his help, he was gonna start heading upstairs.
Okay.
I don't think Noman would have gone for a room. I think he would just find a spot in the hallway or somewhere upstairs that's I don't know. Don't think he feels comfortable being in any of the rooms here.
Eris is gonna try to find a room.
So, is there anything else
sorry.
you guys need to do for the rest of the evening?
I think Isa would just start reading one of the books that he didn't get to read yet, I believe it was the. Which one have I read yet? Okay, yeah, the Book of Hiosima.
That's fine. Just remember you have not taken a long rest yet.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Eros is going to try to find Arthos's room before going to bed. Just gonna check and lightly knock on doors.
Are just so I have a mental picture, are any of these like doors, walls, or anything still standing,
They're
or is there like just
standing.
holes all over the place?
They're standing, but the ones upstairs have less damage than the ones downstairs. So the walls are
Okay.
still there, but furniture's gone, and
Mhm.
some of them might have
Mhm.
holes in it.
So can I see through some of these? Can I
That's what
see
I was
him in
thinking,
one
like-
of the rooms so I don't have to like knock on random doors?
Hey, I'm changing in here.
Yeah, I don't want to get yelled. He doesn't want to get yelled at.
Roll me
I just imagine like Eros knocking on a half door.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
like, bro, I can see you.
Investigation?
Yes, please.
Shoot. Okay.
Oh, sorry, wrong room.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah,
19.
so
That's 23.
you kind of decide to stroll down the hallway to look, and you go to knock on the first door, turn your head, and you see one of the rooms, the hallway has a hole in it, and you can see Arthos on the other side.
He's going to politely do the nice thing and knock anyway.
Yes.
I didn't want to knock too hard because I was afraid the door might fall over, but I felt it was appropriate to knock first.
Valid. It probably would have knocked it off the hinges.
I'm not very strong, but better not test it. And he's going to put his hand out to Arthos. Just before you go to bed, just in case. Give me your hand.
Okay. Slightly
And
confused, he puts his hand in his.
He's gonna stick your finger in his mouth.
No!
Isaac pokes out of his room. What the fuck y'all doing in here?
Birds, man, we're weird,
Hey, yo,
And
my
I'm-
daughter's in here. Keep that shit down.
I Eros cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
It's a very weird cure wounds.
So he gets 8 hit points back because that was a crap roll. Just in case. Being prepared is a good thing, yes?
Thank you. Yes. You never know what could happen in the night. And he's just like eyeballing all of like the holes in the wall, the ceiling.
Seeing him do that, Eros casts See Invisibility as well.
Paranoia.
I would appreciate it if not all of you panicked like this because I don't enjoy being worried about everything.
He's not panicked. It's just more of like he's just looking around like, well, I've had shit happen before.
Something's fucky in here.
Something's fucky.
Are we safe in here?
Do you want the honest answer?
Well, you could lie to me, but I would probably know.
I have no clue if we're gonna be safe here or not. There's probably not a lot of places here that we're actually going to be safe.
Barovia 2.0.
That's not a bad comparison.
Beautiful. You know what? This has done nothing to calm my fears, but I appreciate you. And he will slowly back out of the room.
If you need
Just
anything, just holler.
yes, if just so you know, if you know, there's holes in your walls, I could see right through. And he walks off.
Arthur just kind of looks at the holes like, eh. It's a partial roof over their head.
So,
And Arthos gets ready to go to bed. Taking off the armor.
The armor.
The armor.
yeah, so arrows.
Hmm?
As you head over to one of the rooms, you kind of feel like something's watching you. It's not a malicious presence. You just kind of feel like there's eyes in the back of your head, just kind of staring. And then it turns into, you can feel fingers kind of curling at the ends of your hair. You feel a chill.
Looking around now immediately. Just turning around and trying to see if my invisibility is picking up anything anywhere.
Your sea invisibility is not picking up anything.
It is fine, it is just paranoia. It is nothing at all. It's dark in here. Am I the only one in this hallway? Because I'm gonna slowly walk back to Arthos's room, like backstepping.
Yep, at the present, you do not see anybody else in the hallway.
Hey, Arthos.
Hmm?
Yeah, I was going to stay in a room and it's kind of, broken. Lots of boards and woods and holes.
In dark, scary places.
Yeah, do you mind if, you know, we shared a room? You could say no, I will just leave. It is fine. You know what, it was a stupid question. You're very much, you've been very polite to me. You know, we had a great conversation in the tavern, and I will thank you, Arthos. And he, like,
You better tell that man with your whole chest that you want to sleep in his bed. You better tell him.
It's like your choice. Room's fairly large.
do you ever just feel like something is watching you?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Do you think that's a good feeling or a bad feeling?
That depends. Or do you feel like you're being watched?
A little bit. I don't know why.
I think this is 60 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna use the ungodly sense and see if I can find any. It says any celestials, aberrations, or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. You know, for ghosties.
Well, you ping me, right?
Nope.
No, maybe. No, you don't.
Are you a
Never mind.
What
celestial,
are you?
aberration, or undead?
Never mind. Good
Okay, I was
question.
about to say.
Maybe. I don't think so. No, I'm not. Am I?
The certainty.
No. Am I?
Am I?
Am I? Swanee, what am I?
What are you?
Um,
Gee, you are you.
you're
No, I am you.
you're
No, he is me. I am you.
I am you.
you're not.
Yeah, see? I was like,
It's like
no?
technically you're not.
I
Man,
think
we
it's
gotta
just.
unravel that.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Yeah, no, we're good. Never mind.
Um, you. Let me read this real quick. You can tell that it is a ghost. It is just outside of the room.
He's just gonna turn around and open the door and stare at that spot.
Raggy, a rose.
As you stare, Arrows, you can now see this kind of very faint shimmer. Looks like somebody threw glitter in this one particular spot.
Wasn't me.
And Arthos, you can kind of very faintly pick up on this as well. It's more of an outline than a distinct shape. It looks like a woman, roughly about 5'7". And you just see she kind of lifts her hand as if she's beckoning you.
All right.
All right, we're just. You're okay. Sure.
Arthur still has a sword on him. 'Cause I'm going to assume he hasn't gotten very far because it takes like 20 minutes to pull off
Oh yeah.
armor. Yeah. He just redoes a couple of buckles he'd already gotten to and just walks out. Apparently, it wants me to follow it.
Well, it was watching me, so I guess I'm following you. Because I'm not leaving you alone with it. And then they're going to be like, oh, the new guy killed Arthos.
That would be the first time someone's tried to kill me. Or the
Yeah,
second.
well, it would be pretty unbelievable if it was me, okay? And I'd rather keep it that way.
He just gives a nod and follows the ghost lady. gonna chase the spooky ghost lady.
No.
Scooby Doo coming after you. Fine.
I always wanted to play Scooby Doo.
When it reaches the bottom of the stairs, it turns and looks up at the two of you, and then makes its way back down the hallway in the direction that Wilhelm went.
Okay.
When it reaches, you see it stops at the doorway leading outside, and it begins to be like almost materialize. You could see that it's a very beautiful woman. She looks very similar to Wilhelm.
Mm.
And then she gestures with one arm, pointing a finger outside.
So she's standing in front of the door and then moves one arm to point outside.
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna look slightly confused at Eros and then start walking that way because he's gonna take a look. I guess
There's
through whatever
someone.
window or hole he could find to look outside.
You
I-
look outside, and you can see Wilhelm standing in front of several graves.
Has she moved at all from the door?
She's standing beside it.
But she hasn't moved since she pointed towards the outside.
Yeah, she hasn't moved.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Fuck it. He's going to. What is he looking through? Is it like a hole in the wall, or is it a window, or
No, I was looking.
maybe a door?
Right out the door.
Oh, it's his door. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna head outside and start walking towards Wilhelm.
So we'll stay a few steps back, but follow.
Eros, as you make your way past, you can feel as if she's brushing her hand like over your shoulder. And that chill runs through you again.
Should I stay? Can I look at her?
You can, she doesn't speak, but you can kind of just feel inside of you like protection. Like she's trying to convey protection to protect.
Wilhelm protect. Okay. Okay. Great. Wonderful. I know exactly what this means. And he goes back to following Arthos a little bit closer.
Arthos, when you get closer to Wilhelm, you see him. He's standing there, his hands in front of him, fingers laced together. He's staring at his headstone. You can see the rest of his family beside him. Or their headstones besides his.
Do I see one for Astoria?
Yes.
Okay. Not a lot you could say at times like this. He's going to move close enough so that Wilhelm knows that he's there, but he's not going to say anything and wait for Wilhelm to speak.
As you move closer and kind of quietly announce your presence, Wilhelm takes in a breath. They attacked us in the middle of the night. It was long before your time, Arthos. I don't hold you responsible for their actions. There was a point when I first met you. I will admit that I wanted to kill you. I wanted to do to you as they did to my family.
He just nods, kind of in an understanding, like, yep.
I realized that it would be smarter to turn you against the church. I wanted to make you see the truth. To have you become their enemy. He looks around at the headstones again. I never thought I'd come back here. At least not willingly. I wasn't aware of how cursed this place was. I didn't know that people were still living. And he doesn't look back, but you can kind of tell that he's referencing the church and the people that you saw in there.
Mm-hmm.
They were here when I died. They're still alive. All of them are still alive. And you do note that a lot of the people there were not elves. So they should have died by this point.
Mm-hmm.
I need to free them.
Did he mention earlier who cursed the place? My brain wants to say it was Jezebel, but I don't think it
Yes,
was.
he did say that he believes Jezebel cursed the town.
Okay. Well, must have been a powerful curse. To keep humans alive for hundreds of years.
What were you gonna say, Arrows?
He's just getting close enough so he's like right shoulder to shoulder with Arthos.
Wilhelm finally turns and acknowledges the two of you. You can see that his expression is very blank. It's like all that bravado, that snarkiness, it's gone. It's like he's just kind of existing. He's a shell of himself.
Mr. Wilhelm, it is right?
Yes.
I believe maybe you should go inside, take a rest.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I believe maybe you should go inside and take a rest just for a little while.
I've done enough sleeping. And then he pauses a bit and smirks. Oh, as much as an elf can sleep. I will be fine, though. Thank you. I just need a moment. This is a lot. I haven't really had time to reflect with Kartok being here and talking. And then he pauses and looks around again. Have any of you seen Lux?
Arthur just shakes his head. My assumption was that she was with you. I believe Isa and Love were looking for her earlier.
I do not know who Lux is, so I cannot be too helpful.
Lux is my sister. She's, a little wild child, dirty, very disgusting, violent. She likes to bite people.
Nice.
10 out of 10 A+ description.
Damn, tell us how you really feel.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go and look for her.
No. Do you need any help?
No. You all get some rest.
Turn around. Can I still see Ghost Lady in the door?
You do see her at the doorway, but she's no longer looking at Wilhelm. She's looking at her. She's looking to the left.
I'm gonna follow her gaze.
Following her gaze, give me a perception roll, please. At advantage.
Oh boy.
It was on a 20 and it changed.
Yeah. If you have any points, would you like to use any?
No, I used them all. I think I only had one left. Hold on. Yeah, I used them all last session. Can I use inspiration if I'm at advantage already? Can I use my inspiration?
Yeah, if you have it, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Don't fail me.
Sweet.
Double nat ones.
Shh. Yeah, baby.
All right.
Alright.
Following her gaze, it takes you a moment to kind of focus through the fog and the darkness, but you're able to pick up a set, like a pair of feet lying, like kind of sticking out of a small bush.
I don't even say anything. I just go towards it.
You head over to it. Arthos, you obviously see Arrows walking away. And Arrows, as you near it, you see a small, dirty child lying on her side, kind of in a bush. And you can hear her breathing is very shallow.
I reached small enough for me to pick up.
12 years old, so
Oh,
ish.
I don't know how.
She's about chest height. Like top of her head is about chest height. If
Okay.
about 5'6".
All right, I'm gonna get down on the ground and immediately cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Arthur's
That's
he
what
hasn't moved. He's still
everything.
standing beside Wilhelm, but he's been watching what Eros has been doing. He sees him get down and like trying to cast something. Does he see like the shoes, the feet that are sticking out of the bush?
Where they're positioned, no, you would not see because
Okay.
he would have been blocking it.
Okay.
Hey, kid.
As you cast Cure Wounds, you can see the magic kind of. It looks like it's almost sprinkling itself over her, but it doesn't seem to actually be sinking into her.
Come on, kid. Come on. Um. Arthos!
Yeah, he'll start making his way over there. He'll get Wilhelm's attention, but he'll start walking over that way. Find something.
I wish I hadn't, but I wish I found it earlier. I'm going to try to pull her out to me.
Yep. Roll me dexterity. Because she is
boy.
kind of like caught in the bushes.
Oh,
Oh no.
yank.
That's not good.
Oh, what is it? I am away from the computer.
A
This
7.
is 7.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Could be
You know,
worse. Could be worse.
So you
Mhm.
go to pull her out, and you're catching her on the brambles. You can see that it's
Stop.
cutting. It's digging in. And she lets out a very very faint groan of pain.
I immediately stopped trying to pull.
Arthos, now that you're closer, you can see through the brambles. There's not a lot of leaves on it, obviously. You can make out that it's Lux.
Okay. Wilhelm.
Yeah, yes.
He's just going to point to the bush and start making his way over there. I believe I found Lux.
What is she
Okay.
hiding in a bush for? And he makes his way over. As soon as he makes eye contact with Lux, you can see like the fear in his eyes.
I tried to cure wounds, it didn't work.
Can Arthos just start grabbing the brambles and like pulling up and away from Lux and just ripping them out of the ground?
Yeah. Roll
He's
me
got-
strength, please.
All right. Just straight strength. I'll take that as a yes. 26.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said it was straight strength, right?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. It's a 26.
Yeah, you take the brambles and still basically clothed. You have your gloves on and everything, so it's doing very, very minimal damage. Negligible damage, basically. You start tearing it apart. And you manage to break away enough space to actually pull her out. Wilhelm takes Lux and kind of cradles her in his arms. You can see
What's
that
happening?
she's still breathing very shallow. Wilhelm shakes his head. Just, I don't know. She was fine. She was fine when we got here.
Eros, go get Isa.
I'm gonna start heading inside, but I'm not even gonna go all the way in before I cast message. Isa, we could really use your help right now. I found Lux. Not good.
Ozzy doesn't even say a word. He sets down whatever he was doing, and he starts to head downstairs and goes outside.
He's also going to message Nomen. We are outside. Yes. You might want to come, maybe? I don't know if this is a whole group thing or like half a group thing. I don't know. I've only been here a few days. Not even a day. It's been a day.
That is all right. That is fine. I'll be right there.
Sending one more message. Should I tell Thend? I don't know about him either. He's only been here a day too, but I feel really bad about not fixing him before.
If you wish. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Those of you that do head downstairs, as you're making your way out towards the back, you very briefly catch a glimpse of a woman standing by the doorway. You can see that she's crying, but she disappears the closer you get to the door. And once you step outside, you can see Arthos, Wilhelm, and Eros kneeling on the ground next to Lux.
When Isa comes into view, Arthur stands up. We just found her in the bushes. I'm not entirely sure what's wrong with her.
All right. Clear some space, make some way as Isa's getting out his medical kit.
Tried magic. It didn't work.
He's gonna kind of kneel down next to Lux, kind of look over her body, and I want to try to get a sense, medically, of her current condition.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? You want to do what specifically?
Get like a medical like analysis essentially of her current condition.
All right, roll me a medicine check, please.
Just a doctor doing doctor things. That's a 26.
until he can tell that she's dying.
Are there any like physical signs that might be indicative of the cause?
Aside from the scratches from the brambles, you can't see anything.
Okay. Using my medical kit, I want to get a sense of her breathing. Feel around to see if there's any like stiffness or bruising or any sort of infection or anything.
Nope, you check her, and she, for the most part, you can tell she has a clean bill of health.
I was just going to. He's gonna look to Wilhelm first before looking back down to Lux, and he rolls up his own sleeve on his right arm and takes out a dagger and like makes a shallow cut on his arm and lets the blood kind of drip onto his hands a bit. And he brings his hand over like Lux's center, and he's going to cast life transference, and he's going to use the max damage trait that he had to take max damage and give her the maximum amount of healing.
Yeah, as you do that, she turns her head, kind of avoiding the blood that's kind of falling. And you see her kind of burying her face against Wilhelm, trying to get like closer to him. Wilhelm obviously reaches out and puts his hand on her cheek. And it's like, it's all right. He's going to help you. You'll be fine.
Arthos is going to kneel down and see if he can't place a hand on her and try to cast Remove Curse.
You cast Remove Curse, and it does the same thing that Eros did. It just kind of seems to hover over her, but doesn't seem to actually sink into her.
Do you have anything left to get out of here with her?
Actually,
Could be this place.
well, there may be one thing that we could do.
Wilhelm looks at you, Isa. If you're going to recommend turning her, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to curse her to this life.
There's little that I can do to save her. I don't know what's afflicting her. And magic isn't working on her. If you want to save Lux, either you turn her or you let me turn her.
What about... And Eros looks at Noman. You're a bird person. No? It's the same thing, really, right?
Not entirely. It doesn't deal with death. I don't know that it would help at all. Can Isaac? Can't you? Are you able to get her out of here? I don't know if you can attempt that. Send her somewhere else.
No,
Send all of us. I don't know.
it's at this point that you get a response.
Ah.
You hear kind of panic. Everything's gone to shit. Ciel's been stabbed. Tavern burned down. Leafa's crazy. Don't come here. Not safe.
About as much as I figured. That means she's still there. Hmm. And I don't have any idea whether they'd be able to help us at all, even if we could get to them, right? I don't really know what Fickle can do.
Yeah. You're not sure.
That wouldn't
DM,
help.
do I have a feeling of whether or not she's gonna make it through the night?
Roll me another medicine check.
Hmm. 24.
You can tell she won't make it.
We don't have any time to try to get her anywhere else. What's it gonna be, Wilhelm?
Going to try one more thing. He's going to kneel and try to cast Dispel Magic over top of her.
And the same thing happens. It kind of shimmers over her.
How far is the Badnock? Do we know where the Badnock is? That would get us far. You're farther.
Wilhelm takes in a very shaky breath.
Sorry.
Alright, I'll do it. If anybody's going to be taking her life, it's going to be me. I don't want this to fall on any of you, in case it doesn't work out.
When he says that, Isaac looks to Lux, and he's gonna stand up, and he's going to take like a nearby piece of wood or a branch. He's gonna break it, and he's going to take the dagger that he had and sharpen it into a stake and set it next to Wilhelm. If her suffering is too much for her to bear, or if anything happens, it's best that she not suffer for long. Only in case.
And he nods. He nods and looks at Lux. Her eyes kind of very slowly close, and you see she's trying to force herself to stay awake. And then you see him turn and bite her on the neck. She can barely cry out because of how weak she is. And then he bites his own wrist and puts it up to her mouth. And she's trying to fight this. Arrows, you can feel sadness. And in your head you can hear, very faintly hear crying.
I'm sorry. I do not have anything else to help.
Wilhelm kind of forces Lux's head to stop moving. Makes her drink the blood. And then, when he's certain that she's had enough in her, he closes his eyes and just twists her neck. You all can hear that sickening crack. And her body goes limp. And then he gets up with her body in his arms, and you see him walking back over to the headstones.
Arthos is gonna get up and follow him.
I was going to follow him as well.
He sets her down by Astoria's headstone. And you just see him with his own bare hands. He's digging at the dirt. He's crying. You just see tears coming down.
Arthos isn't gonna say a word, but he's gonna start helping Wilhelm.
So with the two of you, you guys manage to dig a deep enough hole to place her in. And as he's putting her in there, you just hear him, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then he covers her with dirt. When he's done, he's just sitting there kneeling. You all should get some rest. If she makes it, won't be awake for another 3 days. You can leave in the morning if you wish. That's fine. It's gonna take some time with her, training her before we can leave here. Thank you for trying to help, though.
It's the least I could do.
I'll be up a little while longer. Should you need me for anything?
Wilhelm doesn't respond at this point. He's just staring at this freshly dug grave.
Eris is just sitting at the brambles still. He's not moving.
Before Arthos goes to head into the house, he's going to put a hand on Wilhelm's shoulder. Just remember, do not dwell on the past or the things that you can't change. Dwell on the things that you can change, and as to whose fault this truly is. And he's going to gesture to the logo of the Church of Iron and head inside.
As you make your way back inside, that very faint image is seen again. You can see that it's a woman. She still appears to be crying. And she turns and just starts to make her way into the house and then disappears.
Which Noman got a good enough view of that ghost, right?
Yeah.
Did it look like one of the ones that he saw when he was in Wilhelm's mind?
Yes, it looked like the one that was crushed under the beam.
Did he? Did Noman get any context as to who that was? His mother, or?
You just heard Astoria.
Oh, okay.
And Wilhelm did mention that Lux was Astoria.
Okay. Subject for the morrow. He'll process that and let Wilhelm have his moment.
Alright, and what is everybody else doing? I know that Arthos went upstairs, Noman, then is sleeping.
I was just gonna go upstairs, back to Love.
Really, JR? I'm sorry. He scared me.
I heard him.
Sorry about that. I'm just.
No, you're not.
It's so funny to think about. Y'all have this whole thing everyone else knows. Finn's like, yeah, they said take a nap, so I'm just gonna take a nap. See you guys in the morning.
He's that guy.
He's that
guy.
He's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like,
completely confused.
Yeah, he's gonna wake up tomorrow. Everybody's gonna be all dour and be like, "Man, y'all must not slept very well."
And he was the one complaining about that, trying to sleep here.
Like, damn, I know the floors weren't that bad.
Oh man, this is gonna be awesome.
And Eros.
He's sitting by the brambles for a few minutes and just staring. And after a while, he'll get up and try to drag himself inside.
So, the night passes. Nothing bothering any of you. Except, obviously, having witnessed Wilhelm having to potentially kill his sister. It's morning now. You awaken, light streaming in through the holes in the ceiling. You can hear the bell of the church ringing.
That's part of the curse, too.
Is Wilhelm still outside by the graves?
Have you gone out to check?
I'm trying to figure out like the position of the house where his room is. Would he be able to see like from his room where the graves are?
No, he would see
Okay.
the front.
Okay. Yeah. Trying not to wake up Eros. I don't know if Eros is awake, but heading to downstairs to see if he can find Wilhelm.
Heading downstairs. As soon as you head outside, you see Wilhelm in that same position. He has not left her side.
Okay. Think he's just gonna leave Wilhelm be for now. There's probably not a lot he can do.
Noman.
Mm-hmm.
As you're sleeping, you kind of feel it's like somebody like pushing you, not hard, but it's kind of like a shaking, like a gentle shaking.
Hmm. Like to wake up, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it doesn't stop after a few attempts, then yeah, he'll he'll open his eyes.
Yeah. It doesn't stop. You eventually open your eyes, and you hear giggling. You can hear soft footsteps kind of running out the room. You see the door swing open and then slam shut by itself.
That is
Time to
one
back
way of
up.
doing it. He'll try to see if he can go out and follow, spot whatever that was.
The rest of you, those who have not already left the room, the doors to your room start swinging open and shut. And all of
Bunch of
you
little
can
assholes.
hear that giggling sound.
Eyes is gonna cast see invisibility.
And you can see the ethereal shape of 3 children running.
He's
Something
going
come to
to
wake us?
follow. Yeah, he's gonna follow the running children kind of cautiously.
Do you see something?
There's 3 children dead, I'm assuming. I just was curious. That and slamming of all the doors.
Let's follow.
As you mention the slamming of doors, you hear what sounds like crashing.
They're related.
And then you can hear a woman's voice, very matronly. Did you break another vase? But it's very faint, like an echo. And then the giggling again. And you can feel as if something's walking through you. And you get that cold chill running down your spine.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think Azo kind of wants to hear or witness a bit more of it kind of play out, because his assumption is this is kind of like an echo of the past of this house. Did any of the 3 children look like Wilhelm at all?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
they don't look like Wilhelm, but they look related to Wilhelm.
Okay. And did you say that one of them looked like Lux or no?
No.
Okay. Curious.
Noman will mention as as Eyes is observing children, ghost children. Last night, that spirit that was crying, you saw, right? That one?
Right.
That one, I believe, would have been named Astoria, which I believe was supposed to be Lux. But I'm not sure how that is the case if Lux was Lux. I don't know how that works. But I thought it best not to mention it to him last night. At least save it for today.
Yeah, Thin's
Well-
gonna pop up basically while you're having this conversation and be like, "Oh, they're echoes."
Scare jump us from behind.
Yeah.
Kick.
Disintegrate!
Counter spell.
It's just ooh. Unarmed strike. Don't scare me like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been up for a couple hours now. I just was waiting on everybody else to wake up.
We were awoken by little spirits.
Yeah, as I said, they're echoes of things that have happened in the house. It would make sense. This place is, haunted. So are we getting out of here today? Also, how'd everyone sleep last night?
Slow looks to Thin. Just
Stewie
fine.
head turn.
We slept just fine.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
Hmm.
At first I was nervous about sleeping here, but then I cast this spell that my master taught me, and no problems.
What was that?
Something about a tiny hut, I think is what it's called. I don't really remember the spell names very well.
Leomon's tiny hut?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called.
It's a spell I've struggled with for a very long time.
Oh. You, I mean, do you have it in your spell book?
No, I've tried to master it in a bit of my studying, but I can't quite get it down right.
If you don't mind, I wouldn't mind exchanging spells sometime.
I think that would be a very fair exchange. I have a few here, and Isa opens up his bag and pulls out the book.
He
And
pulls out that one
this
scroll that just keeps going forever.
he rolls and it just rolls on in through the hall, down the stairs, out the door, down the road.
He pulls out his Walgreens receipt. Do you know that there's a coupon on milk? Yeah, he sees you pull out this. Sees you pull out that, and he's actually gonna look at you a little strange and reach into his pocket and pull out this shard. It looks like a glass crystal, and he goes, "Well, my master gave this to me. Basically, if you hold it, you'll be able to see the spell in your mind, or at least the formula for it."
It's an interesting way of doing it. Also, does Thend have like any reaction to seeing this extremely odd and ominous, dark-looking book?
Gimme.
He's actually gonna look at that and be like, did you personally bind that book? Dude, that was perfect
What
timing.
just happened?
Rewind.
That was perfect timing. He literally logs out the chat. Did you personally bind that book? Oh shit. Ding ding.
But yeah,
About not getting anywhere.
It's like this weird book that's like, it looks leather bound, but the leather looks closest to skin, and it's got this singular eye on it that's kind of slanted, and underneath the eye is just like these rows of sharp teeth on the book. It looks extremely ominous, and I didn't know if Thin had some words for it.
Actually, if he noted, him
The
noticing
eye
that,
blinks at you, Thend.
the eye blinks at me. disintegrate. No, I'm kidding.
I think Noman's just kind of like blocked this thing out if he's seen it a number of times. But the
my
eye
spell
blink is
was-
certainly disarming.
Yeah, no. As soon as the eye blinks at me, I was already like he was already put off from it. But as soon as the eye blinks, he's like, it's still alive?
It's a long story. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it hasn't started talking to me.
Is there any chance you could copy down the spells in like another book before I see it? Like, not to be rude or anything, but that thing's kind of freaking me out.
Not to be rude, but I ain't touching it.
I ain't touching it.
If that is what it means to study from books, I'm quite alright the way that I learn.
I suppose that I could find some way. Also, I know Rocky doesn't know what it looks like, so here's a picture of it. I'm gonna put in game chat.
I love
Welcome to
photos.
the night.
Oh,
Welcome to the
lovely.
It's
nightmare.
even worse than the Hocus Pocus book.
Yeah.
Ew.
So
It's just
That's-
smiling at you. It's fine.
That's so much worse.
That cute little guy.
ugh.
It's just my little book buddy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
Great.
Yeah.
No, really, Isa is extremely concerned at the fact that it hasn't tried to start talking to him because he's kind of
Mhm.
expecting it at this point, but it's fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
Just don't wish for it.
I could.
Isa, it has already spoken to you before.
Has it?
Yes, when you woke up, it said Isa.
That's
Okay,
right.
right.
And
Yeah.
when
That
you
was
were
before.
at the Amber Temple, it said your name as well.
You're at the Amber
Oh,
Temple,
I thought it
said,
was I thought it was
"Daddy."
like the plaque that Noman had pulled that spoke to him. I didn't know it was the book. Okay.
The book. So, here's just an idea. Have you ever thought about, I don't know, maybe finding a less creepy spell book? I mean, it's a great conversation starter. Not gonna lie. But at the same time, I wonder if it could be also a conversation ender.
Well, given our the history of this group's exploits, it has been the source of many conversation enders. Besides, it's
Uh-oh. Anger baby.
maybe.
Rage, baby.
Disrespect your surroundings.
Rage. Rage. The dying of the light.
Slay, slay your enemies.
You can continue what you were saying.
As a kind
Too
of just, like,
traumatized by this book.
he looks between him and the book. It's would you believe me if I say it might have at least a little bit of sentimental value?
No. You see him like struggle for a second. He's trying to cope with the idea that this evil necromantic looking book that you have, you, a doctor, have some sort of connection with. He can't put the two together. It's no 100%. No.
It listen, it's a very, very, very long story.
I just want to ask real quick. Has anyone cast Detect Curse on you? And the book?
Not that I can tell or remember.
That might be important.
Why?
Because that thing looks cursed as hell. That is cursed.
It's not cursed.
It looks cursed. Almost guarantee it is cursed.
It's not cursed.
I have seen one book similar, but not exactly like this book. It was human skin as the binding. Necromancer's book. Definitely cursed.
Well, not all ominous-looking books or items are cursed.
Okay, well, I would not mind copying formulas if they're normal, regular formulas from it.
Just don't
I-
look at the rear section of the book.
What's in the rear section of the book?
Bunch of doodles and penises.
Lots to do with penis.
Bunch of deeks.
Above game, he keeps his profane spells in the rear section of the book because
Oh,
he doesn't know how normal mages could react to that shit.
he's gonna look at you and just be like, "Told you this shit was cursed."
It's not cursed.
Uh,
We'll talk more on it. We'll talk.
oh, you can keep talking. Same answer. But yeah,
Elijah's not gonna know which character he's gonna hate more.
I'm gonna be honest with you. By the way, I'm 100% serious, and Thind was 100% serious after seeing that book. I'll copy my formulas down if you have any that you want. I don't want to sound rude, but I don't want to get the curse, so I'd rather you not touch my spell book.
Damn.
That was so rude.
So rude. He's like, I'm trying not to be rude, but you got to see what I'm seeing. And he looks over, and he's like, "Come on, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. It looks
Oh.
cursed."
Absolutely.
It's as disturbing.
Listen, Thend, our new friend, and companion, and Isaac puts a hand on his shoulder. If you think this book is the absolute worst thing about me, you are surely mistaken, my friend.
You put the hand on his shoulder, and now he's just looking at where your hand is touching his shoulder. What have you done?
I'm not contagious.
Oh, no, it's
you have
fine.
book cooties. What are you talking about?
I've only.
Stop. DM, you need to stop. You're feeding into paranoia.
Roll a con save.
By the way, 100%, that's one of the things that underlines his character's personality is he's paranoid.
That's very fair.
And he's just gonna be like, okay,
We really just pulled him out of the suburbs and dropped him in here.
he's just like, okay, thank you for sharing that. And he's gonna like do that roll where he slides out from underneath your hand. It's like, no touchy. But yeah, I don't mind sharing spells. And you see him like slowly taking steps back from you. So when are we gonna be leaving here? I was just wanting to know. Hopefully soon.
I imagine soon enough.
Let's gather everyone else, as well as check on Wilhelm.
That sounds like a plan. And then he takes another 2 steps back. Takes another 2 steps back. Gonna go look for everyone else, and then just walks off.
This dude's a dick.
He's just a little freaked out. that somebody he saw attempt to cure someone, which basically looked like torture, is carrying around a necromancer book. There is no way you will ever be allowed to operate on him. He could be dying. He'd be like, just let me die.
When Thend walks away, no one says to Isa, he'll last long.
I feel like I should be offended.
Best not to think too hard on it.
Are you saying you should be offended?
My God.
Disintegrate.
You know what? No,
I'm gonna
don't
kick you for that one.
don't disintegrate him. Don't disintegrate him. I'll just fucking finger of death.
Eros, are you still asleep in bed?
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, he's slowly getting up.
Wake your punk ass up. Get the crust out your eye.
As you are waking up, you see a figure lying in the bed beside you.
Oh,
And they have their back to you. But as you start to shift, they turn to face you, and it looks like Wilhelm. Only he's not wearing his nice, elegant clothes. He's just wearing a regular blouse and pants. And he turns and see like a very sleepy smile. Good morning to you.
Eros looks around.
Hey yo.
If we had fan artists, this would be the moment.
You know what? Say less. I'm on it.
And then you hear banging on the door. All of you hear banging on the door that Arthos came out of. And Arthos, Arthos is not there currently, but you do hear the banging on the door. You can see through the hole in the wall. You can see Eros kind of like awkwardly sitting up, and you guys see the back of somebody with long black hair.
This is you weren't here. I'm pretty sure you were down. Hi. Hey. Were you here when Eros was here? Was there like 3 of us in one room? Because that's weird.
He reaches his finger out and kind of like goes to put it on your lips, but it goes through.
Oh, you're not you. You're a ghost. Got it. Great. That was going to be a really awkward.
Like, Mia.
Oh,
Stop.
no. Oh.
The louder you are, the faster they will find us. Just shh. It's okay.
Oh, no.
And he
So sus.
leans
Why is
in.
it me?
He leans in to
Awkward.
give you a kiss. And as he does, like, you feel him just go straight through you.
In that moment of like seeing a kiss come at him, he flinches away from like somebody trying to physically be intimate with him.
But yeah, he goes straight through you and just everything disappears.
Okay.
And you're left in the room alone with the others on the outside.
He's an elf, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it just Where the fuck am I? Why do they always talk to me?
This is gonna make some great fan fiction.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get up and kind of like quickly throw on like his clothing and very very someone who's usually so calm. No, not really. That's a lie. He's very flustered. When he doesn't know what's going on, he's very flustered. Red in the face just kind of walks out and does not like say anything to anyone. Just nods. We're going.
You all inside can hear the giggling and crashing sound from downstairs now. Arthos,
Yeah.
you head outside to
Mm-hmm.
find Wilhelm. You see him still kneeling there. He doesn't respond to you approaching. You see that he looks exhausted. It appears that he hasn't even blinked. His eyes bloodshot, face stained from tears.
And he doesn't look up or anything, right?
Yeah, he doesn't look up.
Okay. He's gonna wait for probably like a good 10-15 seconds. If he doesn't turn or acknowledge him, he's gonna be like, Wilhelm.
Yes. Arthos, yes.
You don't seem to have moved since last night. I don't think this is a good use of your energies, especially when you know you have to wait 2 more days. Come. And he's gonna reach his hand out to try to help him up.
You see him shaking his head. It's like, I can't leave her. It's not fair to her.
You're right. It's not fair what the church has done to anybody. But do you think she would want you sitting here crying? She probably would have punched you in the face by now.
You're right, but what else can I do? I need to be here.
Wilhelm, do what you do best. You know people, you network, you've said it yourself. You've regained a lot of your money through arms dealing. Why not continue to try to fight that way, fight the church that way? Especially since you know you're going to be able to do nothing for the next 48 hours. Look, I'm not asking you to come with us. I fully want you to stay here with Lux. But I am asking you to not just completely give up in the face of the church.
He pauses. You see him. It's like he's thinking. You're right. No, you're right. You're right, Arthos. I'm sorry. I let this get to my head.
Don't let it get to your head. Let it feed your anger. And let's do something about it.
Yes. And he places his hand on the dirt pile. And then after like a moment of silence, he stands up. What is it that you needed?
Well, first, come tell me a little bit more about what you've been doing here. You said you had your hand in some arms dealing. Yes. What exactly have you been doing?
Well, nothing here. Obviously, my businesses haven't been doing well. The tavern, I mean, we haven't really been getting alcohol or anything, and nobody's really buying clothes. Anything that is made, it's for the war. And gods know I'm not going to associate with those terribly, terribly disgusting looking attire that they want us to make. I decided to get into arms dealing, putting money in. It's really all I can do. I
But it's
have,
something you can still have your hand in from here. Yes.
in a manner of speaking, yes.
Good. Um, as you know, some things have changed, and he's gonna pull out the longsword that he has. You can tell it's just some regular guy's longsword. It's probably chipped in one or two places, and it's just not in the best condition. Do you think you could help me find some better armaments? This one works, but well, and he's just gonna like gesture to it.
Probably. What are you looking for specifically?
Specifically, any sort of long sword. I refuse to go back to a flail. That's the signature weapon of the church. Um, Also, some plate armor for a horse with wings.
A horse with wings. Come on now, Arthos. This isn't a fairy tale.
He just sighs and he's like, "Well, while you rack your brain, give me a minute, and I will show you what I mean." And since he hasn't, since the horse had to stay behind, he is going to recast Greater Steed or find Greater Steed and summon the same undead Pegasus.
And when you do that, it appears, this time not from the ground itself, but from the sky. And it lands beside you. Wilhelm raises his brows. Well, that's new, Arthos. I never thought you had it in you to own a pony.
I'm glad you like it. Now,
Yes, alright. You said you were... Are you sure you don't want to go back to a flail? I mean, those are pretty nice.
they are, but they're better for subjugation. I want something that, when I stab them through the chest, I can watch the light die from their eyes. A blade does that much better than a mace or a flail ever will.
I suppose so. Well, I can see about getting you something. Where are you all headed to next?
I'm going to assume that's what they're deliberating this morning. I haven't joined them as of yet, so unknown. But as soon as I find out, I can let you know.
Alright. Well, I will I'll have somebody reach out to you. Just send me a message, let me know where you're at. If you're in Eledheim, Penmill, West Lodge, Rarick Docks, I can help you out. If you're anywhere else, I can reach you, but it's going to take a while.
Elenheim, Penmill, Rarick Docks, and West Lodge?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I was writing that down. I'm just gonna think for a moment, and I'll keep that in mind. You'll more than likely know our intended destination before we leave today.
Alright. Well, I'll see what I can work up for you.
And he nods and he turns a little bit. I do think I'm going to go find the others. You're more than welcome to join me, though. I understand if you need to take more time for yourself.
And he looks at himself and kind of the dirt on his clothes, and you see like now it's like everything's kind of coming back to him, and I need to clean myself off. This is disgusting. Why did you guys let me get like this? And he like pushes past you and just makes his way in the house.
Arthos just chuckles at him like, all right. Arthos is going to see if he can't find where the others are at.
As soon as Arrow sees Wilhelm, he just like immediately turns. Like, nope. Just looks everywhere but him.
All right.
This
so,
is No, go ahead.
No, go, what were you saying?
This is about the time Thin walks in. He's gonna be like, "Hey, good morning. How's it going?"
Where were you last night?
Sleeping?
Yeah, great, wonderful. Exactly where you needed to be sleeping.
That's exactly where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, great. Thanks, then.
No problem.
Sorry, no, that was rude of me. I apologize. It's a rough morning. Weird morning. Crazy morning. Super crazy, you guys.
You want to talk about crazy? Have you seen Eyes the Spellbook?
No.
Oh yeah, he's a gossip.
With Isa right there.
But that's right. He's you. You're not gonna believe this thing. You've got to get him to show it to you. It's 100% cursed though. It's got to be cursed.
Eros looks over at Isa. Are you carrying around the cursed spellbook?
What? Did he tell you that I was carrying a cursed spellbook?
No, I said you were carrying a spellbook, and I think it's got to be cursed. It's a little bit different.
It is certainly accursed.
It's not cursed.
I mean, I really need a distraction right now, so if you want to show me it, that'd be cool.
It's not a circus attraction.
I'm not asking it. I'm you.
I mean, if you want to be honest, it could be.
Please,
Then
Isa.
We've been there.
Isa, can I please see your spellbook, please? It's just sparkly blonde, pale boy, looking at you with big puppy eyes.
The glitter coming
Sounds
off of
like a
it
roll.
is almost blinding, Isa.
You know, Genevieve used to give me that same look every time she asked me something. No, I can't let go. Fine. Pull out my damn. And he pulls out the spell book, and when he pulls it out, it opens its eye.
Oh, you know what? It's probably not cursed. You're probably fine. And I look back at Ben, and I do one of those like, ooh.
Right.
Is that skin?
It looks like human skin to me.
Isa just sighs and puts the book back
Oh,
away.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, it's kind of offensive, seeing as how when I woke up, crawling out of the dirt, there were very few things that I had to call my own, and this book was one of them. So please don't act as if it's some major attraction or something strange to be gawked at. I don't appreciate that.
Wait. So this book was with you when you were buried.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Then leave him alone. I should have.
Isa
Oh,
will remember this.
I don't remember this.
I kind of like shove Send a little bit and just in back of him. Stop. Stop.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
Bet you gonna get us killed.
Finn's gonna go in his bag, pull out some salt, sprinkle it on his shoulder.
Oh my goodness.
You better stop before you find yourself caught in a circle of death.
Oh man.
Let's make sure that I'm not
I would
near.
like,
No.
I like to imagine Arthos walks up about the time he throws the salt over his shoulder. He just like brushes off his plate armor, like, okay, that was weird.
Oh, it's nothing to do with you. I'm just concerned about some things. If Isaac cares to explain, because apparently my opinion is wrong. So
No, I don't care to explain, so please drop it. Isa definitely seems very annoyed.
You
Arthos
have
just kind
gone
of like
too far.
leans around Thin and like raises like an eyebrow at Isa, like, I don't see anything wrong with Isa, but okay.
And you hear him kind of whisper to you, "The book. Look at the book."
The one with the eye. Like, what about it? It's
I'm-
his spell book, is it not?
He's not quite gotten used to our strangity here.
I think that's a good way to explain it.
Hmm.
If you only knew.
Yep. Should have seen Arthos before.
It just completely deadpan. He's gonna look at Thin. Have you ever split a man's chest open and pulled his lungs out while he was still breathing?
No, that sounds horrible.
I know the feeling, but I've never had it happen.
Give it time.
Well, if
You're
you're
in-
curious about that,
You're in for a lot of surprises.
if you're ever curious about that, and Isa pats his bag, knowing full well that he still has samples of Arthos's blood when he was a Reaper still in
Oh
there.
God.
Yes, he does.
It'd be
I'm
really cool
sure I
if
can
blood
let
changed.
you find out.
I'm okay.
I'm
So where should we go?
Mm. That is a good question. Where should we go from here?
Wherever we go, it definitely should start heading east, I believe.
East sounds good. That's close to where I want to head anyways.
To where?
I'm trying to get in touch with a noble house that I knew before I left. I was actually working with them, and I just haven't heard anything about them since I've been in Barovia. So
What's the name of the noble house?
And where are they located?
It's the Kistam house. They were located in Eledheim.
Not exactly a welcome place now.
Yes, but from the sound of things, Wilhelm was making it sound like they had made it. They were one of the ones that might have survived, and they may have made it closer this way. So I'm hoping maybe if we stop in one of the larger towns along our way, we'll be able to run across them.
Potentially, there's Penmo.
I was able to connect with Fickle in Penmel. They're still there. From the inn.
Ah, the very excitable one.
Yes.
Okay.
But they said that things were not that great there. And suggested not to come. So...
Well, seeing as we're in Tears Vale, would it be best to head south first? Are we going to go by the land route, or is there a ship to get us across?
I don't know how anybody got over here, so... That's a good question.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can fly, but I'd rather not be out there on my own. Especially seeing as it now might be hostile territory.
I wonder if the... wonder if that drug factory is still there.
You see Finn do a double take. Come again?
Thank you.
No, but just casually, we're like, I wonder if they're still making drugs there.
Oh yeah, the what was it? Cotton candy manufacturer.
That I believe that ought to be under Wilhelm's purview, right? I don't think he gave it to anybody else.
No, the cotton candy business was not given to Wilhelm.
Nope.
Oh, that's right. It was given to
Joran.
Oh man,
Joran.
it was given to Joran.
Wilhelm tried to take it when
and that was the
yeah.
He wanted everything. That is right. I'm not sure where they are right now.
I hope that factory is destroyed.
Well, it would be a good place to hide from unsightly groups. Work out of.
DM question. I know there was a lot of places that they were going through that they said like both the church and Leafa had been through. Did they touch anything on the map that was like mostly south, like from Milson, Nuvar?
Raric Docks.
Yeah, Raric Docks.
Did you guys do what?
No, so when Kartag was going into what's been happening for the past 2 years, he was talking about the reach of both Leafa and the church.
Yeah.
What? Not all of the places, because I know you said they started like kind of like around Eledheim, took over some of the places west. They went east a bit. Did they make it as far south as like Raric Docks?
No, they have not gone past Yaren's outpost. So everything south from there is still safe or relative.
Okay.
Wouldn't be a bad place to be either.
Okay.
With the information I last had, would I know of any place that might have a ferry or something across the water?
know that Tyr's Vale is isolated. Has been for a very long time, since before you were born.
Okay.
So you do know that the only way that anybody knows how to get across is by actually traveling. And that was intentional because, as history told, the Drakenheart family, he used this as kind of like a funnel in case anybody wanted to attack him. They would see them coming from the ocean, so the only way to come in would be through the land.
Worked really well.
Hmm. Well, to the best of my knowledge, we're gonna have to head south regardless. So, I guess the first place that we'll get to is probably. Is it Libster?
Yes, Lipster.
Okay, I was about to say lobster.
Rock
I was
lobster.
like, that's
Thank
wrong.
you.
Yeah.
Should have
Um,
made business.
everybody except for Thend and Arrows. Actually, no. Thend as well. No,
Yes,
Uh huh.
no, yes. No, yes, no.
no Thend. No Thend, no Arrows. Everybody else, roll me history, please.
Straight.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Boy.
8 with a
Look at that.
+0.
Look at that. That's
I'm a
wild.
historian, guys.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Booyah.
I'm a historian.
It never fails.
That is a two.
Oh my god.
No,
I
that's
have
getting very.
inspiration, but do I waste it there?
No, there's literally nothing. There's literally
There's
nothing.
nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Don't bother. Don't waste your point.
I'll save that for another pointless time.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Okay. Isa, you remember a specific conversation that you guys had a while ago, 2 years ago, with a particular mailman and his method of traveling,
Mm.
and a specific, indicator on the maps that he left for you all with teleportation circles.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, no, the player and the character both rolled an 8 because after you said that I was like, "Oh yeah, we have that."
Yeah. All of you rolled a nat 1, okay? Personally rolled a nat 1. I'm like, you guys literally have a teleportation circle to use.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
Isn't there
specifically grabbing that because at the time I was the only one with teleport.
Mm-hmm.
isn't isn't there one on the Bannock? Because didn't
Yeah.
Bartok put one on there?
Yes.
Yes, there is a
Yes.
teleportation circle on the
It is
banner.
a teleportation closet, yes.
Yeah, because that's what got us initially to Barovia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Y'all to Barovia.
Yeah.
I woke up there Skyrim style.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens when you go with crazy exes. So.
I woke up and there were children there and orcs, and they were like, "Oh, look, you're finally awake," and the rest was history.
Sorry.
Um,
I think I can get us there very quickly.
Arthur just kind of looks at Isa a little bit confused.
Isa pulls out the map that he had gotten with the indicated teleportation circles in their runes.
Ah.
So I suppose just whenever we're ready, I will teleport us, and we can be free of these ruins for right now.
Wait, you can
Um,
just teleport
That would be
us?
fine.
No?
Yes, it's something that I wanted to master a little early on. I just haven't had the chance to use it while I was in Barovia.
It's not a very hospitable place for such things.
Nope. What all locations are on that map? As far as the teleportation circles.
That's a good question, DM.
Yes. Down for you.
Let's drag the hand cursor across the map.
Here. Outside of Penmill.
I remember the one outside of Penmill because of that shady lady with the teleportation circle thing, and we didn't have our papers. I fucking remember this shit.
So, where do we head?
I believe we settled on Lipster.
Don't
We
recall
could
if I've
go
been
there.
there.
We could head all the way south to Rarick Docks.
We could also do that.
I would just like to go wherever the ghosts are not.
Well,
That's
Aes'Taldon has a bloody history, so that may be more difficult than you'd initially think.
Run away from these ghosts and apparently might run into undead army. So, either way.
Wilhelm's
There's
not
a
still in the
spook
room,
one.
is he?
No,
Is it?
he's
Okay, good.
There was this one time I went into a basement that basically had cages, and ghosts were calling to me. It was a strange experience. Arthos could attest to
Great.
that.
Wonderful.
But I believe that's also where I discovered, and I'll puff out Spook, this little crystalline glowing orb that seems to be floating at my shoulder now.
Its name is Spook.
Oh my god, is that your familiar?
Yes, very sassy familiar, if nothing else.
You know, I feel like that tends to be a thing. And as he says that, he kind of just motions with his hand, and this cat with wings appears, and he's just holding it. This is B.
I have questions.
What do you mean you have questions?
What he means by he has questions, you idiot, is he has a question that he needs an answer to.
Arthur's gives a smirk. I like this one.
Why can't you just be nice?
Why
Just
can't
for
you
once.
just not exist?
It can stay, yes.
You know, this is why you often just stay gone.
That's why I choose to be gone.
I
hear
take
this.
it back. My familiar is not nearly that hostile with me.
No, it's not really so much hostility. It's just a different kind of affection.
That's not affection.
As you say that, you see B just kind of like, doing the cat kneading thing, but it's claws digging into you.
You see Thin just trying to maintain a smile, like familiars are great, aren't they?
Hmm,
Isaac just like slow turn
charming.
looks at Spook and is like, "Thank you for never blasting me in the face with radiant energy."
Ugh.
Yeah, Arthos just shakes his head at the both of you, and he doesn't it doesn't look like he does anything, but right beside him slowly materializes a skull wreathed in green flames.
I thought Scully. Huh.
It
Wait,
came back?
you have a
Hmm,
aren't you
I
a
do.
paladin? Are you
Not
not a?
quite a paladin.
Oh, hmm. This is so flaming skull, flying cat, and a spear. Is it a will-o-wisp? Is what I'm thinking.
It's a witch light.
Oh, that's this is a pretty morbid group.
Yep.
You know, you're more than welcome to just stay while we leave. That's
You know
perfectly
what? I would rather not stay.
No,
Isaac's
no,
still.
no. I definitely want to come on. I definitely want to come along with you. I was just saying. It's just. I swear this feels like we're dressed for some sort of harvest festival.
Eros pulls out his lyre and starts playing.
Now it is complete.
Yeah.
And don't worry, this one's not cursed. And he kind of like does like a almost like waving motion with his fingers, kind of like emphasizing it at Thend. Still a little bit salty about that.
Eros casts prestidigitation, so when he makes the wavy motions, little sparks come out of his fingers.
That's awesome.
Noman's going to change form into the grumpy short person that he has been for quite a while and say, "Okay, can we get on with it, Ned?"
So we've confirmed a destination for sure.
Rare Docks?
Rogue Docks it is. And
So the
Isaac.
closest one would be at Matlock, just outside of Matlock. So it would take you a couple hours to reach Rare Docks.
Okay.
Easy
Matlock.
peasy.
Okay, Matlock. Alright, well, everyone huddled together, relatively close.
One moment. Noman,
Yes.
could you send a message to Wilhelm, as I don't know where he's currently at, and just let him know that we will be heading to Rarick Docks? I'm going to have him arrange something for me there.
I can do that. I'll try with the message first to see if I can point around and catch him, and say we'll be heading to Rarick Docks. Something that if there's something that we can get arranged. Arthos said, "What for getting something from him for there?"
Just to let Wilhelm know where we're going. The 2 Raric docks from Matlock,
Got it.
because he's going to get something arranged. Wilhelm is going to arrange something for Arthos, hopefully.
Okay. Yep. So he'll try to relay that. Hopefully, catch him within, what is it, 120-foot range? Yeah.
Yeah, you reach out and you hear Wilhelm just, yes, yes, that's fine. I'll see you all at the battlefield.
All right.
And is Love with us, or is she staying in town?
Huh?
Is Love with us, or is she staying here?
Love has followed you, so if you request for her to go with you, she will.
Okay.
I'm sure she would love to stick around.
Well, with everyone gathered, Isa kind of steps in the middle of them before he touches the ground, and these runes start to kind of arc around them as he goes ahead and casts teleport to
Ho-
Matlock.
Hopefully it works this time.
Let's see.
If this spell fails, this is the last time Finn ever trusts you with anything. Now it will no longer be your choice of books and your medical practices. It'll be anything.
Wilhelm,
Well,
or not Wilhelm, but everybody, as you are beginning to disappear, you see everything around you fading. Now the spirits, you can see them start to materialize more. And you see an older man. He's standing there with his arm around an older woman. They're both elves. You see young children running around. You see what appears to be Wilhelm sitting at the piano playing. And Wilhelm turns and looks at all of you as you're disappearing. Then you feel bee sinking its claws into you, and then it leaps out of your arms just as you all disappear. And you all arrive at Matlock. When you arrive there, you see that the town itself is, it's still, I wouldn't say thriving, it's still functioning. It's small, but you know that this is a connecting town to Raric Dock, so there's still some hustle and bustle. But here you see that there's a lot of people with weapons. You don't really see a lot of the shops open just for fun. Any of the stalls that would be outside are gone. Everybody just kind of seems to be hustling and bustling, you would assume, in preparation for a war of some sort.
That seemed to have worked properly this time.
Where's
much better.
is? I'm gonna try to reach out to. Is B gone? I'm pretty sure.
He jumped off the battle bus early.
You're trying to reach out to B?
Yeah.
Yeah, you reach out and you hear B's response. What do you want?
Where? Where are you? Why'd you jump out of my arms like that?
I don't like you holding me.
I just want to make sure you made it
I love
through
the
with it.
cat.
I just wanted to make sure you made it through with us. I was a little worried that you might have got left behind.
You really are an idiot, aren't you? I'm your familiar.
Yes, I know. But you also have a physical body.
Your
So if I
master
leave.
never loved you. And then you hear silence.
Hey, you worried about Isaac's creepy book? You got some other problems.
The cat's definitely cursed.
The cat's definitely cursed, yeah. You know what? I'm going to replace that cat with a. Like I said in the chat. Oh my god. Yeah, so now you guys might notice that Finn's gonna be kind of quiet and gloomy for the rest of the day.
That's what you deserve. That's what you get.
Be quiet, Mr. Cursebook.
No, fuck you.
Yeah, so that is where we're gonna call session.
Oh man.
Oh, I didn't even
Hey.
notice what time it was.
Oh boy.
Alright, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Sorry if you can hear this child screaming. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. You can catch us next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the continuation of Aes'Taldon. Looking forward to seeing you then.
Job.
Everybody say bye.
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 Peace.
Drink water.